Welcome to the CEO of You Inc., where we believe the most important business you'll ever run is the one called your life. My name is Michael Cheever. I believe empowering entrepreneurs to build profitable businesses and invest in our youth will change the future of our planet. I've chosen real estate as my lane, and the principles I've learned from great coaches, mentors, and life itself apply across every industry. If you're ready to take ownership of your mindset, habits, health, relationships, business, and future, then you're in the right place. Let's build the life you are meant to live. In the CEO of You Inc. journey, have you ever asked if it's better to work for somebody else instead of working for yourself? Do you think people who work for themselves are cooler than those who work for others? Well, my vote, and I've done both, is no, absolutely not. Why? Well, let's set the record straight. We're all working for someone. Yeah, even Richard Branson, Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos, you name them. Every one of them is exchanging value for money in the marketplace. They report to shareholders, boards of directors, and can be fired at any time. Just ask Steve Jobs of Apple, Jerry Yang, co-founder of Yahoo, or Jack Dorsey, who founded Twitter. What's more, they ultimately work for their teams who make the magic happen and their customers who fund the operation. And let's not forget, all of us answer to Uncle Sam. Nearly half of what we earn goes to taxes. So no matter how you slice it, everyone works for someone. The key is choosing who and how you want to work. Let's unpack this a little more. There's no shame in either path, but there is power in knowing the difference. Before we go any further, let's take a quick look at the pros and cons of working for yourself versus working for someone else. If you work for someone else, there's some pros. Stability. You got a predictable paycheck and benefits. You got structure, which is clear expectations and responsibilities, and kind of work-life separation. It's easier to leave work at work. Some cons. You've got some limited upside. Your income and influence are sometimes capped. You have less control. You're not the one calling the shots. There's a risk of complacency as well, which is it's just easier to coast or stay stuck in a role that doesn't grow you. Now, working for yourself, there's some pros. Freedom in that you steer the ship. Unlimited potential, income, impact, innovation, all of it's on the table. And ownership. You're building a brand, a business, and an asset that you own. Now, some cons. It's higher risk. There's no guarantees, no safety net. All the pressure is on you. You're responsible for everything. It can be lonely. You don't have a built-in team around you, at least not at first. So those are some cons. Now, hear me clearly. The content I create is not for people who are at peace, sitting in a dead-end job, clocking in and out, just going through the motions. This is for people who compete, who push the envelope, those who want more for themselves, more for those they love, and those who depend on them. If you're not ready to start your own company, that's fine. You don't have to be an entrepreneur to think and operate like one. There's a third lane, and it might be the one that fits you best. It's called being an intrapreneur. An intrapreneur has an entrepreneurial mindset inside someone else's business. They don't own the company, but they act and behave like they do, and they solve problems. They drive growth, take initiative, and bring massive value. Entrepreneurs don't wait to be told what to do. They show up like it's theirs. And because of that, they grow faster, earn more, and attract bigger opportunities. So the real question isn't just who you work for, it's how you show up in that role. Now, whether you're the founder, the operator, or a key player inside someone else's vehicle, you've got to own your lane like it's yours. If you currently own your own business or plan to start one, here's Elon Musk's opinion for all the budding entrepreneurs. Starting a company is like eating glass and staring into the abyss. Why? Because the hardest, most painful parts of the business land on your desk. The stuff that you love doing, well, that's a fraction of your time. The rest is problems, risk, and relentless pressure. It's exciting for the first few months, but when reality sets in, when things don't go as planned, when the product isn't working, when customers don't sign up, it can be incredibly painful for years. So if you're expecting it to be fun, you'll be disappointed. It's easier to get a job somewhere, and it's much less stressful. Now, Elon's words are not to discourage entrepreneurship. It's just to say you need to know what you're signing up for. Ask yourself a few key questions. 1, do you have a high pain tolerance? 2 out of 3 small businesses fail. So what you see on most people's social media is not reality. It takes grit to suffer long and hard enough to reach the other side. 2, are you wired for it? It's one thing to be great in your role. It's another to run the entire show. Performing with excellence in a defined position requires a very different skill set than casting vision, building infrastructure, solving problems at scale, and managing all the moving parts. Many people assume leadership or ownership is the next step, but it's not always the right one. And question 3, where do you create the most value and feel the most alive doing it? Because that's your sweet spot. Not everyone is built to be the founder. Not everyone is built to be the operator. But everyone has a lane where they create exponential value, where their talent, energy, and purpose all align. The goal isn't to chase status. It's to find the environment that lets you become the best version of yourself and then give it everything you got. Let's break it down with a football analogy from the New England Patriots dynasty area. Most experts agree that Tom Brady is the best quarterback of all time. But if he wanted Bill Belichick's job as a head coach, he might not be great at all. Being a Hall of Fame quarterback and maybe the best of all time doesn't guarantee success as a head coach or team owner. Now, imagine Tom sitting there watching a YouTube clip telling him he's a chump if he's not his own boss. So Tom thinks about it, and then he decides to leave football as a starting quarterback and found a company and build it to the level where he's able to one day buy the Patriots. Not only would he likely fail, but we probably wouldn't even know his name today. And ask yourself, do you respect Bill Belichick less because he was a coach who worked for Robert Kraft? Do you think Tom Brady is less of a legend because he worked for Bill and Robert? No. They were all high performers who found their lane and dominated it. Think about this. Tom Brady working for the Patriots and becoming the best quarterback possible has actually provided him a 99.99999% better shot at buying a football team and becoming an owner than anything else he could have done. So if you or someone you know is wrestling with this, you can both take a big, relaxing breath in knowing that we all work for someone. The real question isn't if you work for someone. It's who do you want to work for and what do you want to do? Do you want to be under center at quarterback? Do you want to be calling the plays? Do you want to be managing the staff? Or do you want to be fretting about payroll and lawsuits? We all have a boss. We all have a role. Pick the one that aligns with your gifts, goals, and growth. That's how you win. Crush it. We're stronger together.